Okay. Hi, this is Lucky Smith. Today is May 11th of 2012, and I'm here at the name of Village Sweets Restaurant.com, right?
Candy store.
Candy store, all right. Village Sweets Candy Store, and I'm here with
Monica.
Monica. And Monica, I understand that you guys just opened up 4 years ago, correct?
Yes.
And what made you decide to go open up a candy store?
The main thing was I wanted to be around kids. So I felt what would bring kids more than a candy store, and there was never a candy store in Whittier during my childhood, so it just seemed like the right thing and the right fit for Uptown.
And I understand, you said you have to go pick up your son. How old is your son, or how many kids do you have?
He is 6, and then I have 15-year-old as well, Bryce. They are actually both my husband's kids. But I married my husband 2 years ago, and I'm raising his son, and his daughter is like my daughter as well.
No, I've had boyfriend with kids, and yeah, they are your kids because you're a part of their lives too. But that's amazing. So you open up the store to bringing children. You marry your husband who happen to have kids, and I understand before this you were working at Krispy Kreme, and then your father kind of like gave me an idea of how this whole. Would you mind telling our readers about how this whole store developed? Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you.
So I've always been in sales.
Yeah.
And I did work for Krispy Kreme Wholesale Division. I also worked in jewelry and makeup. And when I worked in jewelry, sometimes I just felt like it was such a vain industry with just the diamond sales, and I wanted to do something a little bit more wholesome. Not that jewelry is not.
No. I used to work at Robinson's Maid when we had Robinson's Maid, so I can understand how.
So did I. I worked in the jewelry and the makeup.
Okay, so I worked at the one in Put the Hills.
Oh no, I was in Delama Mall.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So the candy store was just a way of channeling a positive life for me, and also just the fact that I couldn't have kids. I can't have kids, and I have a health condition. So I figured they told me.
Is that the reason why you can't have kids? Because of your health condition?
Right.
Or
yeah.
Oh.
So 15 years ago, I was diagnosed with the condition, and they told me I couldn't have kids. So I figure I can't have them. Why don't I bring them to me? And that's how the concept started when my parents. I actually helped a friend open a clothing store, and I did everything to open it. I mean, everything from painting the place to finding the location to going to City Hall and establishing the DBA and doing all that stuff.
The fictitious file number, and then afterwards getting the tax ID. And,
right.
Yeah.
So they saw me go through all that work of doing all the work of opening a new store, and so they asked me, if you had your own business, what would you want? And so I said, well, I'd want to be around kids, and the candy store just seemed like the avenue to be around kids. And we're going on our 5-year anniversary this September. So I met my husband about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
A little over 3 years ago, actually. And unfortunately, his wife passed away of cancer. And his baby was, he had my son now, who's a baby. And so he would come here to meet my best friend, because my best friend was really good friends with his late wife. So they used this as their meeting point, so she could still see the baby, and she still wanted to be a part of his life. And so he would come here for a couple years that he came here to meet up with her, and every now and then. So I met him through that, but never thought of dating him because he was Jennifer's husband. So I wasn't going to do that. I knew her through Lynette.
Yeah.
So Lynette, my best friend, told me, Mom, what do you think about going out with Brandon? And I said, you're crazy. No. And then we became friends, him and I, on Facebook, and well, actually, it was MySpace, and we had we had common things that we were both interested in, and so he asked me out, and we went out, and 9 months later, we got married.
What? So, not only was this place kind of like, because our name of our magazine is Start Over News, like you start over for your career, but it's start over for everything. I mean, like, it was just one door opening after another after they closed it. So, wow. I mean, did you imagine or expect it to develop into what it's turning into?
I never imagined the things to happen the way they did. Like,
because you've been on TV 4 times. I mean,
yeah,
here, Perfect came out here and remodeled as well. So, like, you guys have, I mean, it's like a Friday night, whereas there's some places that are full, but then everybody's coming into a candy store that does not serve alcohol on a Friday night. That was it. Yeah. It's crowded here.
We're busy. We've been blessed to have. We opened when the recession hit, and everybody told us that we weren't going to make it. And I had people tell me I was crazy, and like literally opened when the recession hit. And through the recession, we built up business, and every year we're always like double, if not triple, what we did the year before, and so we've made it. And but yeah, the store has opened up doors. Like for instance, I've had this disease for 15 years, and I've always had pumps connected to me, with a catheter coming out of my chest and a pump. Like I started off with a pump about this big, and then I've had different size pumps, but I've always had a line. All my scars, you can see, that in the pump keeps me alive. Well, I've always done my best to hide the pump. Put it in a backpack, put it in a fanny pack, and not really
like this
show
is
it.
Through school, or?
Oh yeah, well I got sick my junior year in high school. So
Do you mind talking about the name of the?
It's called pulmonary hypertension.
So
it's a rare heart and lung disease.
So in high school was when you would have to carry a fanny pack with you.
And I went through prom with it strapped on my leg. And through life I tried to like kind of show that I was normal. I didn't want people to see me as being sick. And when we opened the store, Whittier Daily News did an article on me, and I opened up to how I got sick and my story, and it's really personal. It was hard for me to share it to everybody, and I shared what the name of the disease was, and took a picture in front of the barrels with my pump, showing my pump, and that article like literally catapulted me into advocacy for pulmonary hypertension, because people actually came in and met me and had no hope, and they were told that they were not going to live.
Oh,
they were told, that's okay. And I didn't know what an impact it was going to make on other people's lives, and in turn it made an impact on my life. So
to be an inspiration to others.
I've been able to start giving back to the disease that I tried to hide from. So I don't hide from it anymore. And go figure, now that I talk about it and I'm really open about it. Do
you guys do any charity events or anything?
We do.
Give us next year, their next event,
we'll be having
websites.
A walk here in Whittier in November. I don't have the exact date yet. I'm getting all that straightened out. But we had a casino night in March, and we had over 100 people show up, and it was $75 a ticket, and we had they played casino games, and they had like roulette.
On the store?
No, it was at a La Mirada golf course.
Oh, I was going to say, like, did you guys clear out the caddy?
No, it wasn't in here. It wasn't in here. But so we've come a long way. So it's funny how this store made that happen. That I don't think I would have been so open to talk about it. But through the years, all these different pumps, I'm now number 15 in the world to have been implanted with a pump implant that is in my stomach. And I no longer have a catheter coming out of my body. So the risk of site infections, because having a line coming out of your body going into your heart had a
Yeah.
really high risk of site infections. I went septic 6 times, in the hospital for 2 weeks, at home on IV meds for another month, and it was really hard on my body going through the heavy doses of IV antibiotic with nurses coming every day. So I've almost died from those. I almost died in Hawaii. My heart stopped in Hawaii from that, and so it's always been a fear. In the back of my mind, I'm always self-conscious of not touching any area if I'm dirty, and always alcoholing and cleaning, sanitizing. And it was funny because about a month after I was implanted, I got a cold, and I thought that's because I'm not being careful anymore, because I don't have to worry about having a site getting infected.
Yeah.
So I kind of relaxed too much, but it's a different life. So now I have it here. So it's a little deformed looking,
No.
but I don't care because it keeps me alive. And
Would you mind if I take a picture? It's up to you.
oh, I don't care.
Okay.
Take a picture of it.
People like will help it. Yeah, it's really cute, and I like that.
It's amazing how amazing you are. It's like you've been through so much, but you're not like you're
Oh no, you have to.
you have
remain-
not given up. Like you want this store is amazing. The homemade fudge, the candy. I mean, it's like a modern candy store, but with a family feel to it. It's like pretty enough to actually this part of the room can actually be a nightclub.
We pride ourselves in making sure that we give 100% in everything we do. So our fudge making process, we don't sacrifice in quality and ingredients. We don't take any shortcuts. We get some ingredients that come all the way from New York, and so we pride ourselves on top quality.
Yeah, your father was telling me about some of the recipes that he did. Do you have any fudge recipes or any fudge signatures that are yours that we can know?
Rainbow sherbet was my biggest,
Okay.
my biggest hitter that I hit, and I created a lot of the apples that are out there, like the Village Sweet Special, and
Yeah.
there's a picture of me actually making the apple. That was like from the beginning of opening the store. So yeah, we've all had our hands in the process, and even the girls that don't work in the kitchen, they have like, hey, can we make this? And everybody has their
say so.
idea.
Oh, cool. Okay. So give us your website, email, however way you want people to
Yeah,
contact
you
you.
could go to www.villagesweetscandies.com, and we're open. We're open every day except for Monday, and we are open at 12 every day, and we close at 8 p.m. and on Fridays and Saturdays we close at 10 p.m.
Ooh.
So.
Okay. Thank you very much for interviewing me. And this is Lucky Smith signing off. Thank you. Today is May 11th of 2012. This is Lucky Smith reporting for Star River News Magazine, and I'm here with
Salvador Sanchez,
And Salvador. I just walked into your store. What's the name of your store?
Village Sweets.
Village Sweets. And where can people find Village Sweets at?
Village Sweets is found on Greenleaf Avenue. It's 6743 Greenleaf, and it's in Uptown Whittier.
And what is your website in case if people want to order any of your fudge and chocolates online?
VillageSweetsCandies.com.
And I understand you guys opened up 4 years ago. What brought you guys to opening up your store?
My daughter has pulmonary hypertension, and she wants to remain productive in life, and so she does work all over the place. And one of the things with pulmonary hypertension is they faint. Those patients faint. So we found she was going to Hemet to open up accounts for when she was working for Krispy Kreme Donuts, and if she was to faint over there in Hemet, nobody knows her. And so she was doing things like that, remaining productive in life with pulmonary hypertension. And so when she expressed an interest in having her own store, my wife and I opened the store for her so that if she faints, at least we know where she's at, people know her, and she wanted to be around children, and she wanted to just to be in a place where she could have fun, and So we decided the candy store would be perfect for her.
And how many kids do you guys have?
She's our only one.
Oh my!
Yeah.
I have an only child too. And what was your career before becoming a co-worker?
Oh,
Or
I still work. I still have a job, but it's her store, and my wife and her are basically here all the time. And my daughter's not that strong, but so she'll stay for as long as she can, and then she has to go rest. And if you turn around and look at her right now, you would not know that she's sick. But as soon as she turns around and leaves, her feet are going to be throbbing. Her pulse is going to be high. Her heart is going to beat so hard that she cannot go to sleep because that's all you hear. And so,
So it's just commendable that like there's some people who have children without disabilities and it's hard to be a parent and to love your kids that much and to actually see good parents out there. I had to stop and interview you. I mean, besides you guys having a beautiful shop that you got readers, you will see the pictures and you guys will see what I'm talking about. Like they have amazing chocolates. These are just really amazing people.
yeah. Well, thank you. We try to, because we're family owned and operated, we've decided to create what we want. And we've got a fudge that a lot of other people have, but we also have fudges that nobody else have. We have.
I mean, you guys won awards, so
Yeah.
let's talk about the fudges too, because this looks amazing.
We have a tamarindo fudge and a mango fudge. We have a caliente fudge that my wife actually created for Harry Potter fever fudge. Yeah, and we have an apple that I created to pair with a wine. It's called a cotija cheese apple. That apple was I actually created it for my wife and I to enjoy with a glass of wine. So it really does work.
So you guys used to make this at home before,
No,
right?
no, we opened it, like I said, we opened a store for our daughter.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, a lot of companies, vendors, people that candy brokers helped us to get where we are at. And they hear Monica's story and they want to help.
Yeah.
And so we've had
But
a
you
lot of
guys-
help.
But you guys
And
creative too. You
yes,
guys took from there
yes.
too.
So from there we just catapulted and started to do our own fudges and our
you guys
own.
are, because I buy from like Rocky Mountain, the chain of fudges. I just tasted your fudges and honestly, it tastes
Too sweet.
like you guys are gourmet. Like I can see this totally becoming a brand at a store. I mean, your Damalingo,
dark chocolate, does that help?
The
what was
mango,
the
mango,
dark-
If I
mango
have this little
fudge.
piece I can have, but if I have like,
There's a bunch of other
Thing I've never heard in my life.
that we've
she'd like a piece of.
Yeah, she's
And
like
this
dark
is
chocolate.
all the stuff that you guys made yourselves?
yes, here in our kitchen.
And so you guys opened up the store 4 years ago, and then vendors helped, and then from there you guys just started studying on your own how to make
Yes,
fudge. And
yes. I mean,
So
some
amazing.
things come really fast. Like this cotija cheese apple took me 2 days to actually make. My wife and I were having another apple. We shared some cheese and some wine, and that was born. 2 days later, I created this because we were eating something. The tamarindo fudge. We had a customer that came in and brought a competitor's apple, and he set it on the counter, and he says, "I know that you can make a better tamarindo apple." So because we create fudge, I worked 6 months trying to develop that tamarindo fudge so that we could dip it in the apple, or have the apple dipped in the fudge, yeah.
And you guys actually have that.
Yes, the bottom left over there is our tamarindo apple, and the one next to that is mango,
Sometime when you feel like
or mango, depending on what you...
You guys deliver, you guys do weddings. And
Yes, right behind you, you'll see the slideshow. My daughter does candy tables for weddings and quinceaneras and baby showers and wedding showers and birthday parties and graduations, just whatever the occasion. Every single table that she's ever done, and she gets help from the kids, the high school kids and college kids. They come in and volunteer.
But what's funny is one of the things
Would she
She
like
gets
to
up.
be interviewed as well? Would she mind?
She wouldn't mind. No, she's like
I'd
me.
love to interview. Do you mind if I take your picture as well?
No, you
blood vessels
can.
or something that could help. But it's so funny, it's different for
Yeah, and I used to have
And the decoration, like the decor, like Who came up with this concept?
Well,
was this all your daughter? Or?
This part right over here was done by my daughter and some friends when we first opened, and we were going to take off of this motif. And 5 months after we opened, the Style Network came in with Peter Perfect.
Yeah.
And they did a makeover in the candy store and put us on cable TV nationwide. Peter Perfect was it, and that's the look that they gave us. They put the wall up because we didn't want to get rid of this.
Yeah.
And so, we've had.
So it's like the candy over there, and then the fudge, the homemade fudge,
Right.
the homemade filling over here.
Right, and since then, I mean, my daughter's been on 2 episodes of Vista LA, and then we were on MTV, and Adelphia Time Warner, and Channel 7, Channel 11, and I
And now
stuck
you're
on
on
the
Star
thesis.
Over News.
Yeah, it's been really good.
And how many awards have you guys won? 2, right?
Well, actually, we've been voted.
And what's this one? I'm gonna try this one.
That one's Divinity with
Divinity,
nuts.
okay.
One midterm for a lot of years that was like so perfect that just like it just gave you this.
That's a marshmallowy vanilla nougat.
It clearing. It was like so good.
How long does it
It's like that.
take
Even
to make
like I
the
felt it
fudge?
like I started like here
It'll take a couple of hours to make a batch of fudge, but then it has to set, so it's ready for the next day.
But this medication worked really well for me.
This is so good.
And then the FDA
Okay.
decided.
All right.
Proof it works. So
Go ahead and sign off. Tell people where people can find you at, the name of your store. I'm going to interview Monica next. Website, phone number, if people want to place orders for.
So we're at 6743 Greenleaf Avenue, and we're in the historic Uptown Whittier. And then we have a website. It's thevillagesweetscandies.com. And we do email. I mean, we do mail the fudge. It goes all over the world, and fudge ships really easy. The apples are a little bit harder, a little bit more expensive to ship the apple.
Because you have to be
With
more fresh,
refrigerated, yes, yeah. And so, but we could ship that also, and we have a bunch of bulk candy that's. We do everything humanly possible to keep everything fresh.
Oh, any special for Mother's Day that you guys have, or anything?
Well,
I
we're
see
doing,
flowers and stuff.
we're swamped with Mother Days. We do these kind of packages where we have an apple and a fudge, and we package it, make it look pretty. And there's a bunch of baskets and that kind of stuff. The baskets are front. My daughter will show you the baskets.
I think it's like really misunderstood sometimes because people sometimes have a really bad headache and they're like, oh, migraine. I'm like, no.
Not my migraine. No, it's totally.
If you can't like pinpoint that.
All right, and this is the Lucky Smith, and we are signing off. Thank